Two suspected foreign nationals were on Tuesday night arrested after a shootout in Ngezi, Kadoma that saw 3 other local suspected armed robbers being killed on Tuesday. Peter Ngulube, aged 38, Shylock Mankoni, aged 41, died upon admission at Kadoma Hospital, while Tendai Madiki, aged 51, was shot during investigations when he tried to escape. The 4 nationals were arrested in Bulawayo and led the police to the 3 other suspected robbers after admitting to committing a series of armed robberies. An electrical technical fault that occurred in Bulawayo on Monday has left the entire city dry. In a statement, the city's town clerk Christopher Dube said the fault occurred on a power line that feeds one of the city's waterworks in Nyankuni, forcing the local authority to cut off supplies till maintenance works are completed. We're now joined by a correspondent in Bulawayo, Robin Muchetu, for more details on this development. Now, good evening, Robin. Can you start by giving us an update on the situation on the ground?
Thank you very much. Currently, Bulawayo has no water. The town clerk, Mr. Christopher Dube, has made an announcement that there's no water that's going to be pumped into the various areas. This is because there's been an electrical fault to the area that supplies Inyankuni, where we get our water from. So currently, water has been suspended from being pumped around the city.
Now, Robin, any idea when the water supply perhaps may be restored?
Mr. Dube said that once ZESA has managed to rectify the problem, then some effort is going to be done to ensure that water is being pumped into the city. Also, they want to allow the reservoirs to fill up to avoid any choking of the water system. So as soon as ZESA is restored, then water will be pumped back into the city.
Now, Zimbabwe's leader, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, says young people have a duty to build their country as this guarantees their future. He was speaking today after touring the Technovation Center at the National University of Science and Technology to assess progress at the facility where he laid the foundation stone last year. Earlier, the president also capped over 3,000 graduates at the institution who graduated with degrees in various disciplines.
Science and technology are the instruments which enable us to build our country, and that's an innovation hub where ideas are removed from the mind, translated into a service or a particular product, and that's the building, the use of the building. That's the way to go. It means our students realize that they have a duty to build their motherland. It's a realization that has come late, because during my time in the 50s, we thought that the schools are built by other people and we come in to learn. This has now changed. The younger generation must commit itself to building the institutions they use themselves.
While Zimbabwe has fared well in its HIV response, concerns have been raised over the over-reliance on donor funding. This was revealed during a high-level dialogue on HIV sustainability in Zimbabwe held at the ongoing International Conference on AIDS and STIs Infections in Africa. The dialogue brought together government ministers, ambassadors and United Nations agencies representatives. Mirirain Singo gives us more in the following report.
Sustainable HIV response was topical, and Zimbabwe's health and finance ministries have opened up. The country's HIV response has been mainly donor supported, with partners contributing at least 80% towards the response. With dwindling donor funding over the years, fears that this can reverse HIV gains.
Zimbabwe's senior men's cricket team batsman Craig Evan is confident that the Chevrons will do better in the upcoming tour of Ireland, which kicks off tomorrow evening at the Harare Sports Club.
I'll look at that. Ireland are obviously a good side. They bring a lot of energy, a lot of unity, and I think a lot of our guys will be really happy to be back in familiar conditions, back home, playing in front of a home crowd. So I think everybody's really looking forward to the series. I think it's very important. Obviously, the last few weeks have been really difficult, I think, for everybody, you know, not just players. I think the organisation and the supporters, I think the whole country has been quite disappointed. So the timing of this series, I think, is perfect. It's been a very quick turnaround. There hasn't been a lot of time to dwell on things as such.